This is Josiah Plays Dark Sun 5th Edition, the Shattered Crown campaign with DM Scito. This is Dungeons and Dragons. And with me is my DM, Scito Optionum, and my fellow players, Noxmoo and Tim. Hello everyone. We are live.
Okay. So, you three had currently come into this town known as Sada. And it appears that Sada has an issue with people going missing. You've managed to get the assistance of a traveler from Uruk, calling herself Rai, who is right now attempting to help you in solving the issue of missing people. That is not your main goal. You were sent to Sada initially to locate Hermes. However, it appears that Hermes has gone missing, and as such, your goals may be connected. So yeah, the three of you had just met with Idu Molai, and he has basically said that he's willing to provide you with recompense if you will go and solve this issue, even though he refuses to admit there's an issue with disappearances.
Hey,
and
David.
As such, you are right now going to speak to Akmil, the Vorden commander, who runs this town, basically.
I thought Edu whatever ran the town.
Idu Molai, he's basically like the people, the head for the people, but it's ultimately still a town that's run by House Vorden, so their commander has say over everything. So Idu is more like what the people have picked as their representative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways. So, the three of you... Oh, one second. I actually need to pull up my... There we go.
How's it going, David?
Well, almost all of you... Okay. There we go. So, the three of you are heading from Idamolai's house to the guardhouse, with Rai leading the three of you. It is just ahead. We'll be there in no time at all. As you walk through, there's again, although the village is somewhat abandoned, there is the odd group of people or the odd passing person, and again, they all are giving Rai a very, very dirty look as she passes by. As for yourselves, you more are getting just looks of interest or fear, or you're not getting quite as accusatory glances as she is.
In classic style, I'm carrying my flame.
Oh, you're still carrying the flame. Okay.
I mean, I put it out while we were in the business, but once we got outside, I summoned forth again.
Right. Sirshu is beside you. Why do you have that out? Why do you always have to take that out?
It is a symbol of my faith and my status as a priest, so that those who see me know.
What is a symbol of status, and who are you talking to? Rai has turned around and is looking at you inquisitively.
I speak to many spirits that others do not see.
I see. And she sort of looks over at you, Sinclair and Corwin, and just sort of like giving an look like, is this guy, all there?
Yeah, no, there's a spirit here that you can't see. That's who he's talking to.
I see. Well,
Actually, you don't.
no, I
Nice.
suppose I do not. But is the flame truly necessary? I do not believe it would be wise to walk into a Warden Commander's office with a flame.
If he wants me to remove it, he will tell me.
I suspect the guards will likely tell you before you even enter the office. So, are you gonna put out the flame or are you gonna keep it out?
I keep it out.
Okay. Sirshu is just sort of rolling her eyes and she's looking at, she's also looking at you, Sinclair and Corwin, just like, can you believe this guy? What's happening with this? Just sort of giving you that sort of look.
Never a dull moment when you're with us, right?
Corbin will just shrug in response to Sirshu's
And, what?
Dude, this pomegranate vinaigrette is no joke.
Are you still eating Wendy's salads?
Yeah, I ordered 2 of them, and now I'm eating the second one.
Food update? Yeah. All right. So yeah, it takes you about a minute to make your way from again, the village is not terribly big, to the guardhouse, and outside are standing 2 members of the Warden Guard clad in chitin armor. One of them sees the group of you coming up and holds out his hand. Stop right there. What are your intentions here? Rai comes forth. I am here to speak with your commander. These are friends of mine. We seek to assist in your investigation into the disappearances. Idu Molai has given his blessing. The 2 of them look at each other. Why is that one got his hand on fire?
It is
And
the holy flame. I
all
am a
right,
priest.
right. Well, you can't have the holy flame when you go to talk to the commander.
It would not harm anyone.
Yes, and we'll make sure of it. Put out the flame.
Very well. I shall do as you ask.
All right. So you put the flame out?
Yeah.
All right. Rise says, all right. Is that sufficient? The 2 of them, again, look at each other, and then they look at Rai, and they sort of give a weird glance for a moment at her before saying, all right, fine, that's all right, you can come in. Just remember the commander's time is brief.
But they
And
don't care that we're walking in here with a bunch of weapons?
no, it doesn't appear so.
Okay, good.
So yeah, they open up the door and allow you in. This is essentially a guardhouse, so the halls are fairly cramped. There's a couple of guards moving through the passageways that sort of move by you, and at the end of the hallway, there's a door on your right that appears to lead into a somewhat cramped office, in which sits a stodgy man with black hair and a mustache, who appears to be dressed in Enoch scale armor. And he's sort of idling away, looking at his hands as he's moving them, as he's intertwining them back and forth, and not really noticing you. Rye sort of goes, and he sort of jumps, and the chair in which he was leaning back sort of slams back down as he comes back down to his table. Says, "Oh, what is it? Citizens." He seems to be fumbling for the right word. "What can I do for you?" And these others have come to assist you in your investigation to the missing person. The commander sort of looks around and goes, you're assisting us. What? Yes, Commander. These three have most generously agreed to assist in your investigations into the missing individuals here in town. All we need from you is license to examine the areas in which the disappearances have occurred. In particular, they wish to look into the house of Harmis. I assume that would be all right, she says. Akmil sort of stares across the desk and gives Rye a hard glance, and before nodding, Edu has given the okay for this. That is correct. These three, are they also from Auric? Are they, And he sort of looks over at you three. Expectantly.
Sinclair will explain.
Yeah, we have all the proper approvals from Edu. He totally wants us to do. Was that the question?
I'm asking if you are Urakites, like Rye here.
I don't know what that is, so I'm going to say no.
No, I don't hail from Uruk myself. Originally from Balak.
Jomo comes from Gulg.
I see. Alright. Rye, that's your name, right? Rye sort of shoots him a quick look before easing into a smile and says, "Yes, that is my name, Commander." You have permission then to engage in your investigation. Do note that anything that harms Sada's safety and autonomy will be will be looked upon most severely by the Volden Guard. And he sort of pushes against his table. In any case, I have some papers I need to look through, so you four are dismissed. And he sort of clears his throat before pulling out some papers from his desk. Rye turns to you three. Well, it appears we have our permissions and may now take a look around. So, shall we?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
All right. The three of you exit the small office, go through the hallway, and back out the door, which is closed behind you. And as soon as you've gone a few feet, a rock is thrown that just barely misses Rye. So you just see this rock passing right by her. What do you do?
With the flame again.
Corwin will spin around and kind of look toward the source of wherever it came from.
It appears to be a child who threw the rock. Basically, probably in his early teens, and he's sort of looking at all of you with a really stern glance.
Just kids having fun.
Boys will be boys.
So, are the three of you going to do anything about this, or?
Yeah, I'm ready for initiative.
All right, let me pull that up here.
I'm ready to crush this kid's will.
Yep. Okay,
Look,
now.
kids have meridians.
Yep. No, anytime combat's always okay. So no. What do you really want to do?
I don't do anything.
Okay. Rye sort of looks at this, gives the kid a bit of a glare, and then looks at you three, and just sort of tilts her head, directing you to sort of move with her.
Corwin will telekinetically grasp the rock and kind of mentally drag it over a little toward the kid and just wrap it on the ground a couple times, just as a, maybe you might want to rethink what you're doing kind of gesture.
Okay.
And continue on his way.
The kid is kind of freaked out by this, and he then throws a rock at you, Corwin.
Corwin will telekinetically grab that as well and just kind of toss it over to the side.
Alright, I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw to catch the rock.
I'm good with that.
Damn, okay. Yeah, you completely catch the rock, and
he'll even mentally do a somersault with it at that rate, and just before tossing it around and
okay,
away.
yeah, you can do whatever with that, and it tosses right back in, and the kid just sort of, he's holding rocks and he just sort of lets them drop on the ground, and he just sort of lets them drop on the ground as he sort of stares slack-jawed at that.
Corwin will give a gracious nod and turn and continue with the others.
Rye sort of speaks back to you. You must forgive them. They are very suspicious of people who are not of this village.
Somehow I kind of clued in on that.
Yes. It is unfortunate, but I can understand their suspicion. The peoples of Ulrich have been making many moves against those of Tyr as of late. There are many who are afraid that this village will be the next to fall under Ulrich's banner.
That's why the commander was asking where we were from.
Yes, that would seem to be the reason. In any case, we have reached the village center now, and it appears you've stopped right outside of what looks like the general shop. Now, I do not know the exact peoples who have gone missing. I can take you straight to Harmis's place, or at least the general location. I do not know if where we met previously was necessarily his house or was somewhere else. Or we could attempt to investigate some of the other homes that have been of people who have disappeared. It is your choice.
Well, didn't you say Harmis's place was right here?
Harmis's place, I believe, is further back, near the storehouses.
Okay.
So what is your choice? How you wish to begin this investigation?
Corbin will think for a moment and say, well, if we know a definite location of where someone was missing, we probably should try that first.
Certainly, that makes sense to me. When I met with Harmis, it was simply because I was told he could see about arranging some transport beyond this village. Unfortunately, he was not able to do so. The area we met with him, as I said, was back near the trade houses, the storehouses. If you'll just come with me. And she begins leading you back through past a number of wagons and smaller structures that constitute the homes here. You estimate that, based on the number of homes you are going by, this village probably has around, at least when it's at capacity, around 300 people who live here. But in terms of how many people you've seen, you would say that number couldn't be much more than 2/3 of that, unless they were just all hiding in their homes. As you continue further into the village, you reach this open area with these two large structures located side by side. Rise sort of gestures to them. These are the trade storehouses of Sada. Within is held much iron. It is, as one might say, a tempting target to bandits and others who would seek to gain quick wealth for themselves. Outside of them, you note that there are multiple Vorden guards. All of them armed with chitin armor and weaponry.
And this is where you said that one of the disappearances did happen?
No, I simply was pointing this. I was simply pointing it out.
Okay.
A tour of the village, as it were.
I was just thinking it would be difficult to kidnap or abduct someone with all these guards right here.
Yes, that is one of the strange things. Many of the homes, many of the people who went missing, as my understanding, came from this part around this area of town. How, if they were abductions or like, how they could occur, I do not understand. In any case, the area I met with Harmis is further this way. Come. And she begins leading you down a narrow alleyway.
Maybe they were eaten.
Eaten by what?
Something to sneak in and eat them. I don't know.
Well, as far as I understand, there is no blood or any sign of any struggle. From what little I have gleaned from listening to the villagers, it is as if the people have left by their own will.
Did any of them tell their friends or family before they left?
Not to my knowledge. Why? Are you looking for someone?
No, it just seems odd that anyone could still believe that these are voluntary actions by these people.
Yes, I do not quite understand it myself. I find it quite... Oh! And she sort of stops as a child sort of runs out and falls right before her. Looking closer, it appears to be Ronway, the tiefling girl that you met before in the Pale Bosrog Inn.
Hello again, little one.
Hi. Oh, Rai. Nice to see you. is good to see you too, little one. What brings you here? Oh, I was just playing. Rai sort of is looking at, do you have the flame out again?
Yeah.
Rai is just sort of, transfixed by the flame that you're holding in your hands. Again, Jomo.
Right or
That's-
runway?
Ronway. Rai is just sort of looking at Ronway with a gentle smile.
That's a smile you give somebody right before you stab them by surprise.
The home life of Josiah. It must be a very interesting one indeed.
It's mostly just super big bowls of cereal and
Well, I
off-brand soda.
I haven't had a good super big bowl of cereal in forever, man. My parole officer would be disappointed. Man, okay, so when I was living with Tim, right? I was still on parole for some of that time, and so the parole officer would have to come over and inspect our place once in a while, you know, to make sure I didn't have weapons of mass destruction or something.
Naturally.
And one time I was eating this, you know, modestly sized, single serving size bowl of cereal, and the parole officer talked some shit about it.
Oh,
Like,
He
gave
did
me
not.
gave me some lip. Yeah, she did. She was like, "That's a really big bowl of cereal." I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was not welcomed.
He was using like a 3-quart glass bowl.
okay. Noting that I don't really use the Imperial system,
Like a big serving bowl.
I don't know, fucking 1,000 milliliters.
well,
Anyway,
1,000
it was a
milliliters
pretty-
isn't that much.
It was a pretty big bowl, okay? Larger
I'd say,
than
like,
what
if you
would
were making a
typically
pot
be
of
used for
spaghetti.
cereal.
Okay. Well, I mean, 1,000 milliliters per bowl would be somewhat considerable, but
Actually,
Yeah.
so it's closer to 3 liters.
oh shit. Okay, that's a huge bowl. Wait, what the fuck? What? Okay, Josiah, that is a really big bowl. What the hell?
Look, I don't like it when cereal spills over the edge of the bowl while I'm trying to mash it into the milk and shit, you know? You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, I do know what you're talking about. That when I used to eat cereal, I used to eat a lot of cereal, and that was always a pet peeve whenever it would fall over the edge, because you always pour the milk there and you try and get it such that the milk is sort of at level with the rest of the cereal, but then as soon as you sort of move it, the cereal pops up and then oftentimes falls over the edge.
Right, so if you use an oversized bowl, you can avoid that. Plus, you can eat more cereal at once. It's just efficient.
The PO had a trainee with her. And she basically just spent the entire time looking at that bowl of cereal and then looking at me. Like, are you in danger?
Wow.
Are you okay with this?
The stories that emerge. Stories that emerge. Just as seriously, some of the best stories I've gotten from the internet have been from you.
And then right now I'm eating salad out of a giant ass bowl too.
Nox
the
as
same
well,
reason. So I can
Nox
stir
is-
it up without...
but Nox's stories are just, are you in danger from... Oh, Nox. Oh, Nox. No, but with Nox, it's more just magical. His entire worldview is just something which, is... It's one that I think if more people lived with Nox's worldview, there would be no war.
This is true. There would be harmony throughout the world.
Okay, so, weird asides aside, Runway sort of is looking at the flame and goes, "Can I touch it?"
It's unclear to me whether it would harm somebody else that touched it.
Okay,
Like, okay, we're using produced flame here. And it says it appears in your hand and harms neither you nor your equipment. But you can throw it and then it does burn somebody. So should we assume that somebody else, as long as it's in my hand, it's harmless? It only becomes harmful if I throw it?
I mean, if it's not burning your equipment, then clearly you must have the ability to direct what it burns and what it doesn't. So I would say that a person could touch it, yeah. Because it's not like your equipment is bound to you on some intrinsic level.
Right, okay, then I say yes, then.
Alright, she sort of just gingerly pokes her hand into the flame and pulls it back really quick, expecting it to have hurt. And then when it doesn't, she then moves her entire hand in the flame. Her eyes light up. She's like, "Wow, that's really neat."
The flame likes you. You could become a priest of the flame.
I don't know. Stellaga says that there isn't that I shouldn't have that high of an expectation of things. Rai sort of looks at her with a bit of a sad glance. Says, "Oh, my dear, you should never allow others to tell you what you are capable of." Yeah, truly, as long as you have the will in your heart and the strength in your bones, you can succeed at anything. Find your way in this world.
I feel like that anything had an asterisk.
And Saoirse, meanwhile, she's sort of crossing her arms, and with one hand, she's sort of doing the nattering away hand movement, like rapidly opening and closing her hand. Can you believe this, Drivel? Yeah, you can achieve anything. You know what? Not everyone's going to be able to freaking move. Not everyone's going to be able to freaking move a box with their mind or produce a flame in their hand. So, what are you guys doing?
Is that the
we're-
girl asking? The little girl?
Yeah. Yeah.
Spark 2.0?
We're looking into what's going on with all the people leaving.
Oh, yeah, that's... I know what you mean. A lot of people have been leaving. Like there were those nice, there was some nice people who came into town. They were like you, and she points up at Jomo. With the ears?
But they elves or half elves, you know?
I don't know. I just know that one of them was named Sana.
Oh,
She was nice.
we have
Sana
met her.
Acre?
Yes, I met her. She was nice. Her sister kind of scared me, but she was nice.
Do you know where they went? Or where they were staying?
They were staying at the Pale Bazarog, but they had leave. They said they were going south to Silver Springs. I think that's where they went, unless they went like the other people have.
Let me add that to my stalker notes.
Wrong way. Rai sort of gets close to to Romway. When you say like these other people, what do you mean exactly? Did you know any of them? I didn't know any of them personally. I mean, I know there was Yusuf. He had his brother go missing, but I didn't really know him, and Yusuf's kind of mean to me, so I'm not really close to him. But he says but Yusuf's older brother just, one night he was gone.
Did anyone mention where he headed off to?
No, everyone says that he got snatched, and some people say that it was Rai who did it, or people like Rai, but I don't believe that, because Rai is nice.
Did you see anybody leave?
And Rai sort of gives Runway a pat on the head as she says that, and says, "Thank you, my dear. At least there is one person in this town who is willing to give me some measure of acceptance."
Runway, did you see anybody leave?
No, but she sort of is twisting her hands and sort of kicking sand a bit, like she's not saying something.
It's okay, you can tell us.
Well, Stalaga says I shouldn't mention it because I might get in trouble, but, one night I thought I heard singing.
What sort of singing?
It was weird singing. It was like
Hypnotic?
No, I don't know. There was something else too. There were little tinkling noises.
Like bells or glass? What do you mean?
Like glass, I guess?
Starting to get an idea. But Jomo isn't. Ignore that loud crashing
That's
sound.
all I know. I mean, Titchik, he thinks that that there's some monster that's doing it, and he's hunting it right now. You guys should go help him. I'm sure you could help him a lot.
That could be.
I'd like to make an insight check, if I may.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. What were you attempting to gain insight into?
Just to see, if I have a sense of whether she's telling the truth or if she has any motives that she's concealing from us.
She just seems like a kid telling you. She seems earnest. She just seems like a kid telling you what she heard, and maybe not in the clearest of ways, but what she has interpreted nonetheless. Actually, one thing is that my computer chair right now, it sucks, and I'm I'm not on it right now, but it's literally a pain in my ass because it is so worn through at points. And so right now my leg is killing me because I'm trying to find a spot where I'm comfortable. No one's legs get to be happy.
This game is rough on legs.
Yeah. And
So,
who says that Dungeons and Dragons isn't a physical activity?
is there anything else you can sit on?
I'm literally sitting on the softest thing I can right now. So I'm just gonna have to get a new chair, which, you know, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Anyways,
So, what do you want to stop or?
no. It's just that I'm just saying that my leg's uncomfortable. That's about it.
I'm
Been
sorry.
there.
Yeah.
I'm very
It's-
comfortable. I just thought you guys should know.
Yeah, with your nice air conditioning and goddamn and working refrigerator and all that.
And great chair.
Yeah, still the refrigerator repair guy hasn't come by.
How long has it been?
It's been now more than a week, and he was going,
Wow.
"Oh, we got this part ordered by tomorrow."
Wow.
Well, apparently that wasn't true, repair guy, because I've had to run a constant stream of ice into my fridge, having to live like a goddamn Victorian.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure Victorians didn't have ice. Unless they harvested it from a frozen lake.
No, the ice. I believe Victorians. I mean, it wasn't like a common thing, but had ice boxes. Usually in industrial settings, not in just what the average person would have. But, anyways,
Hey, what's up, Amaranth?
so Ron was looking up at you three, going, "Yeah, I bet you could beat the monster."
Well, do you know where your friend went to look for this monster?
I know where Chicklin has gone. I can direct you to him after we've done some investigation. I believe, though, that he can wait for the moment, and this takes priority.
If you say so.
In any case, Runway, you should run along. We are just conducting some business. Are you looking for something? I can help. Oh, perhaps. Runway, where is Harmis's house? Do you know? Oh, Harmis, I didn't like him very much. He was always whispering behind people's backs, and he didn't seem like a nice person. He lived in the corner house there at the edge of the wall. Thank you, Ronway. That's
And,
very helpful.
Did Hermes say where he was headed off to?
Hermes never let anyone know what he was doing. He was always real quiet about that.
You've been very helpful, Runway. Thank you so much.
Alright. And she says, I guess I'll go now. It was nice seeing you all again.
I'm gonna give her an enamel piece.
Oh, shit. Okay. So, how do you want to do that?
I'm gonna pull an enamel piece out and hand it to her.
Alright, you, take it out. She doesn't really know. She's just sort of standing there for a second. She's sort of looking at the coin and she's sort of staring up at you, not really sure what to do.
This is for your help. Take it.
Again, she sort of hesitantly goes towards it, bit like the flame, touches it. expecting something horrible to happen, pulling her hand back and goes, and then gingerly sort of takes it from you. Wow! Thank you!
You should hide it. Save it for an emergency, a day when you might need it. Don't let anybody know you have it. Adults probably
I like
try to
how-
take it from you.
I like how you were. I'm sure you wanted to say a rainy
I was
day.
thinking that.
I was just
It-
thinking, there's no rainy days.
I mean, there is rain in Athos, just not in most parts of Athos. Like,
If you want
Sada
to-
would never have seen any rain, but, you know, if you lived in the Forest Crescent or or up on the Forest Ridge, you'd probably have seen rain before.
There's some rain once in a while near Gog, right? In the
Yeah.
forest there?
Yeah, that's the Forest Crescent.
All right. So Jomo might have seen rain when he was a kid.
Yeah. He very well might have.
If you wish to learn, touch and speak with the flame as I do, you could become my apprentice.
Can I really do that? Rai sort of looks at you and says, I believe she may be a bit young to be considering an apprenticeship. Don't you think so?
I don't know, never had an apprentice before. I just thought I'd give her the choice.
I don't know, but I should get back to Stalaga soon. She said that she's gonna need some more help cleaning up. So I'll see you all later. Bye.
Okay, thanks again.
And she runs off, just holding the enamel piece clasped tightly in her hand.
Then she gets robbed and murdered for that enamel piece.
Yes. Rai sort of looks at you appraisingly, and says, that was a very kind gesture. Oh, the apprenticeship, I believe, might be a bit much.
She seemed interested.
Why?
Yes, but you three do not live here in Sada. You come from somewhere else. I doubt you will have plans to stay here very long, and besides, I suspect your lives are ones filled with danger.
True. But
I
I
mean,
began
Here and
learning-
there, yes.
Are there many lives in Athos that are not filled with danger?
Good point.
I began learning the path of fire when I was 12 years old. I don't know how old that girl is.
I don't believe she could be older, seen more than her 8th year.
Maybe too young, like you say, then.
In any case, I know the house that he's talking about, and it is near where I met with. It is near where I met with Hermes. So come. And she directs you down in this path along the perimeter of the perimeter of the village, until eventually you come to this one house that's at this very corner of this, again, the wall structures which sort of link between the houses along the outside of the village. Well, this is
Sounds-
it.
Sounds cool,
And
Amaranth.
as she moves closer, she goes to open the door, and she sort of looks back at you and says, "Shall we?"
Well, that's why we came. Certainly. And Corbin will go ahead and side with her.
All right. When you get inside, you are the other two coming in as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you get inside, you find a first off, it's quite dark except for the light now being produced from Jomo's flame. And the place is a complete wreck. There's tables and chairs that have been thrown across the place, rugs that have been lifted up, and the door itself actually appears to have been damaged, like someone broke it in.
This does not look like somebody just left.
Indeed. Does Corbin get the sense that the house was looted afterward, since assumedly it's been a while since the disappearance? Or does he think that that's linked with the disappearance?
Make an investigation check. Okay. You're not quite sure. It could have been drinks. It could have been either. It could have been that this happened during the disappearance or whatever event caused Harmies to vanish. But equally, it looks like someone may have been tossing the place.
I'm not sure if maybe this is the result of someone coming in and looting the place, or if this happened during a possible struggle, or what the timetable might be.
Rai sort of narrows her eyes. I do not think that this was made during any sort of struggle. This looks more like looting. Like someone was trying to find something, and she's now beginning to very carefully just sort of look around. If you three wish, you can search while I'll keep watch. Something about this does not seem right.
Okay, yeah, let's see what we can find.
Alright. Bryce sort of moves into the background, and you three begin to sort of look around. So there's a bed, a chest that's been broken open, a table that's been thrown on its side with some broken cookery and on the ground. The remains of what might have been a chair or like a seating area at one point, but now has been thrown aside, and there also appears to be a set of shelves.
And it's dark in here other than my flame?
Right, and also you have dark vision, so...
I'm gonna use control flames to double the area of light cast by the flame.
Okay.
So it's a little bit brighter in here.
Are there any
Alright,
candles or anything?
Yep,
lamps?
there's some candles that have been... most of them have also got thrown about, but there's some that are still intact and are in holders.
Okay, I'll try and light the candles off Jomo's flame to see if that does anything. See if we can't get this place illuminated a little bit.
Jomo, do you want to do that?
Yeah, can I allow him to do that? If it won't work with that flame, I can just use my Sonic Wild talent to instantly light the candles.
I would say that you can do it with the flame, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I will.
All right, so yeah, you take a candle holder and dip into Jomo's flame. For a second, the flame sort of lets off a bit of an intense heat, and the candle's wick catches, and now you have a lit candle, which you may now safely place in your inventory, and then attempt to use.
It says I can have up to 3 different effects created by control flames at the same time, so I'm going to double the light of that candle as well.
Okay. And the candle's light grows much brighter.
So I'm just gonna kind of look around and see if I notice anything. If anything pops out to me, maybe make a perception check if I can.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, investigation will be better, but perception can also be made.
I'll give myself guidance as well. Here we go with the nothing but fours for
Nice.
guidance.
It's supposed to be dubious guidance. Come on.
It is supposed to be, and now it's become really good guidance. Alright, so 22.
Okay. You notice when you're looking around that there appears to be some scuff marks on the ground near the shelves.
I'll point that out to Corwin. Well, to both of them. But I'll say to Corwin, you see that there? Looks like maybe there's something.
Yeah, I see what you mean now. And Corwin will kind of investigate the area and see if he can tell sort of what those scuff marks are indicative.
Okay.
I will guide him as well. Oh, there's the dubious guidance.
There we go. Okay, but thankfully with that investigation you don't need. So, looking around, you first suspect that the shelves must be able to move or something, but they appear quite solid. However, you then check the tapestry that's hanging right next to the shelves, and behind it you actually find what appears to be a heavy-set door.
Looky here. There's a door behind this tapestry, a secret door.
A door, you say? Rye sort of perks up as she comes towards you. That's quite interesting.
Corwin will go ahead and see if it's locked or anything like that.
It does appear to be locked.
Alright, well, looks like they locked it, but I'll handle this. And Corwin will bust out the tools of the trade.
Okay?
Aye.
Yeah, so you attempt to pick the lock on the door, however, you're unable to do so. You just aren't able to get the tumblers set in the right position. They keep falling back down.
Yeah, it's one of these newfangled solder ease locks.
So how do you rule things with people getting to retry things like this?
I would say that I'm still trying to come to a consensus on that one myself. Definitely some time passes while you're attempting to do this. But
'Cause I could give him guidance if he can retry it.
yeah, I mean, Josiah, how would you handle this sort of situation? This is a case where I sort of learn from your experience.
The way I'm doing it is, for my other game, is like when you first do something, it takes a certain amount of time. Like you might be able to pick a lock in just like one round or something. But if you fail and you want to try it again, or same with like investigation, then it takes 10 times as much time. So like if it would only take a round originally, then all of a sudden it takes a whole minute to retry it. That's the way I'm doing it.
Okay. All right. In that case, I would say that, yeah, you can retry to pick the lock again.
With the extra 3.
Bring that light over here a bit closer, if you would. Let me give this another shot.
The guiding light.
All right. That's enough. This time, it takes you a bit longer, but after about 5 minutes of fidgeting with the door, you finally hear the tumblers slide into position and the clicking of the lock.
Aha, there we go.
So, what do you do now? Rye is looking on with a great deal of interest right now.
Corwin will quietly begin to open the door, slowly and steadily, and kind of peer.
Okay. You begin to open the door slowly and steadily, and where is everyone standing, by the way?
Well, I imagine I'm sort of right behind him, having brought the light up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say
And
I'm
Jomo?
right next to him.
Okay. So as you open the door, you do so slowly, but then you feel a slight tug on the door, and then suddenly giving loose. And from the darkness, suddenly a bolt comes flying at you. So I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, that just makes it. But because you're right behind him, Sinclair, you also need to make a dexterity saving throw. All right, and you make it too. So this bolt comes flying out of the darkness, but the two of you are able to dodge to the side as it flies past, embedding itself in the wall.
I had a feeling there was something suspicious about this.
That is why one should always check for traps, my friend, Rai says.
Corwin will actually go and pick up the bolt and kind of inspect it to see if he can possibly tell if there's anything special about it.
No, it's just a standard bolt. It's made a bolt made out of carved bone. It's a bit oversized for what you would use in like your hand crossbow or something like that, but other than that, it's fairly ordinary.
Okay, yeah, Corwin will just let it drop then.
Okay.
And he'll go and finish opening up the door.
All right. So as you do so, you find this small room, and in it appears to be a table with a stool, some papers, and a chest. Rai has sort of moved beside you and looking into the room. Very interesting.
And this place looks intact, while the other place looks ransacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, Corwin would move inside and start taking a look around and such.
Okay. So again, there's just some documents that appear to be on the table, and this chest.
Corwin would take a look at the documents.
Okay. There's quite a few of them. So, what are you looking for?
Probably whatever is on top, or whatever seems to be, maybe if something's out of place in, a particular file system, something to that effect that
All right.
would be like, okay, whatever was sort of last on this person's mind.
All right, make an investigation check. Okay. So you're looking through these documents, but you're not really able to find anything in particular. A lot of it just looks like a lot of them are just numbers and assigned dates, small notes about various people, things like that. You're not able to really find anything that stands out at you.
So generally, he gets the sense that these documents pertain to his business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Searshoe sort of comes close to you. Were you able to find anything?
Is she coming close to Corwin?
Yeah.
Corwin will kind of discreetly shake his head that no, not really. He wasn't able to determine anything. He'll also kind of make a little gesture with his hand, like kind of turn the palm open and indicate the documents, since she's such a good reader, kind of indicating, well, you're welcome to read these as well.
Okay. She sort of looks at you, shrugs, and says, "All right, just move through them quickly. I'll see if I can find anything."
Yeah, Corwin will go ahead and rifle through the papers, or make a show of rifling through them, shall we?
Okay.
What
Ryan
kind
sort
of
of
papers are those?
They look like they're mainly things about his business, ledgers, notes on people and debts, and all that sort of stuff.
Okay. Oh, actually, I should do it twice because technically she does this with disadvantage since she's not the one actually holding the papers. But yeah, Searshoe says, "I can't really say anything." Rye then sort of says, "Have you been able to find anything about the disappearances?"
No, not really. All I'm really finding is business records and things of that nature.
All right. She sort of gives a brief sigh and says, well, that is unfortunate. What about this chest, though?"
Corwin will kind of walk over and take a look at the chest. This time he would definitely be inspecting for traps before anything.
Okay.
Let the flame guide you.
Again, okay, so non-dubious guidance, reliable guidance.
And this is investigation?
Yep. Okay. You see no signs of traps or anything on the exterior of this chest. You don't believe it to be trapped.
Okay, and is this chest locked?
It does seem to be locked, however.
Alright, yeah, Corwin will go ahead and try to pick that open.
Okay. Again, you attempt to pick open the lock, and after about a minute, you're not able to really get through it at all. Oh, although the guidance, that will stay on Corwin until... I forget if it's like...
No, it's just one time.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can choose when to use it after you rolled. So you could have chosen not to use it on the 24, because you didn't need it, probably, for the 24.
That's true.
Of course, you probably have to say, but in this case... It's up to
I mean, yeah, I'll say in this case, you can use the 4.
Okay, yeah, he'd do that then.
Okay. You're attempting to move through, and it doesn't feel like you're getting it, but then you feel this sort of presence guiding your hands, this sort of warm presence, and you shift your hands slightly, and finally you feel the last tumbler that had been giving you some trouble slide into place, and again, that satisfying click of the lock coming undone.
There we go. Corwin will take a happy sigh with the work and go ahead and open the chest.
All right. In the chest, you find a collection of what looks like shipping manifest and packages that are been bound up.
More documents in a sense. Corwin will go ahead and take out the shipping manifest, but put those to the side. But then he'll look at these packages, and if I'm assuming they're wrapped up, he'll go ahead and open one.
Okay. And looking through them, you find that they're filled with small valuables. One of them has some perfume in it. Another one has what looks like some type of ore, some ore in it. And another has Another has a small bottle of a clear liquid. Sirshu is sort of leaning over and looking at these, and she whispers to you, you're supposed to take these back to Ven, but you could probably, not saying this is what you should do, but you could probably sell those things yourself and make a fair bit of money.
Corwin will kind of give a bit of a smile with that thought and sort of give her a wink, kind of in a sense that he was kind of thinking of that a little bit as well.
All right, so what do you want to do with the packages? Do you want to, for now?
Joma
Again-
doesn't want to say anything in front of Rye.
He'd probably continue looking through and see if there's anything specific to anything that might be linked to the disappearance first. Like if there was anything particularly unusual.
All right, again, that's going to be an investigation check. Okay. Looking through the documents, you're not able to find anything in particular that would indicate why he's disappeared or anything. You do note that these documents, however, appear to contain information regarding the smuggling of equipment into and out of Sada. And what's more, a lot of these documents actually bear seals of the Vorden Guard. So it seems like he has at least one person on the inside helping him with this smuggling operation.
Well, seems like he was, smuggling some stuff in from what I can tell here, but a lot of these documents are Vorden stamped. I recognize the seal there. He must have had some help with someone in the Vorden Guard with it.
Rai sort of leans over. Did you find anything else?
Not too much. I mean, just some samples of wares and that sort of thing, but nothing really to tell where he might have gone or what might have happened to him.
What about a ledger?
You get the sense that the documents that were on the table were the closest thing you were going to get to a ledger. So, I mean, you could take a look through them, Sinclair.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I mean, just if he had somebody on the inside, he was probably paying them. And I'm looking for any kind of information in that.
Okay. Sinclair, you look through the documents, and you're actually able to find one thing of note. Or actually, rather, you're able to find two things of note. The first is that it looks like Harmis recently secured goods for someone in the village, including transport to Sada, maps of the surrounding area, and what looks like poison. And what's more, you find references to a location to the north of town, which it looks like Harmis would go to meet with other individuals. It speaks that contacts would be meet to the north of village, and it gives a specific location, or at least a general location.
Yeah, this could be something here, and then I'll relay that information to everybody. Might be worth checking out this area to the north.
Sound good to me. What
Do
about
we know?
the Thrycreen hunting the monster, though? Do you think he need our help?
Yeah, I want to find him as soon as we can.
Do we know in generally what direction he went?
Rai sort of looks and says, I believe I have an idea of where he went, or at least I think I do. I believe he said he was heading somewhere to the west, but what you've said here, this meeting place in north, certainly sounds interesting. Perhaps before you leave, though, we should check in with Stellaga. You had a deal, though, to check into the room of the one who was coming to look for him, for Hermes, did you not?
Yeah, that's correct.
Perhaps you should do that before you leave.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
All right. So the three. Now, what do you want to do with the papers and everything? Again, Ven had given you instructions to return these papers to him, papers and anything else you found to him, but it's ultimately your choice what you want to do with them.
Sinclair would just kind of start piling everything into the chest and then sort of use that to carry everything. I don't have any thoughts of trying to sell this stuff or anything like that.
All right. The chest is quite heavy, but you're able to sort of lift it up. I imagine you're going to want to get this to your wagon rather than
Right.
carry the chest through the entire village. You got one guy with a fire in his hand and another person just carrying a chest.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get this on the wagon.
Actually, if there's no, actually, yeah, it would go to the wagon.
Okay. So, the three of you, well, four of you with, I guess technically five if you also want to count Searshoe, but she's a bit of a special case. Anyways, Rai says, I will go to the Pale Bazrog and wait for you while you deposit your goods.
Sound good.
Everyone also make a perception check. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
So, no, yeah. Nothing of note.
Corum would also, like, before we leave, he'd go ahead and sort of replace the tapestry, you know, and make the door not completely visible again.
Okay. That's fine. You do that. And it looks as it did before, with no direct sign that there's a door there, except for the scuff marks on the ground.
So has Rai left us now?
Yeah.
Alright. Once Rai's gone and out of earshot, I'll say to the others, what you think about this Rai? You trust her?
She seems eager to help, but I don't necessarily trust her motivations.
I got a bad feeling about her.
Finally, someone agrees. Thank you. Searshoe is... I'm telling you, I just don't like her. There's something about her that just doesn't rub me the right way.
She seems too helpful. She gotta be... I don't know. Playing some kind of game, I think. We need to be careful with her.
Yeah,
It's possible you're right. Did Corbin get the sense that the items in those packages were particularly valuable?
I would say that you got the sense that, I mean, like ore, for example, that right there is worth a fair amount. Any sort of metal that's going to be worth a fair amount.
True.
I don't think we should sell any of this stuff. It's Ven's stuff. He wanted us to take it to him, we take it to him. That's my opinion.
Would turn a good profit, though, but... I do see what you mean, but still... there was real metal in that chest.
Yeah, but we don't know what he's expecting. I mean, he may know what items that Harmy's had. He wouldn't necessarily know that we took them if we showed up without him, but I don't know. It's not worth the risk for me.
Fair enough, but I'm also kind of wondering, do you think that these sorts of items they'd be safe on the way?
Given that the area is under watch by the guards, then yeah, I mean, as safe as any.
True. He did have someone on the inside, though, but, well, I guess they wouldn't know it's his chest, but still.
Every time we leave that wagon, Jomo assume somebody gonna steal from it. All we can do is just hope, right? We can't carry everything around with us.
You're definitely true there.
Unless you want to hide it. Back where we found it and wait till we're actually leaving town and then get it.
I feel like with word of us investigating this, having gotten around, that the guards are probably not going to be too far behind us. So we'd risk losing it that way too.
Yeah.
Good point. And I assume the packages they would weigh a significant amount.
Yeah, I mean, the chest and everything, that weighs about 60 pounds.
Yeah, I don't mean the chest, I mean like specifically the packages. Like, I don't think anyone would really go for the documents per se, but the actual valuable item.
Can you lock the chest again?
Yeah, I could lock it. I mean, I possibly could even trap it, maybe, but still. Yeah, well, I could lock it at least.
Is there some distance from you that Fenris got to be? I mean, he got to be close to you, or can he be far away?
Well, Fenris can really go pretty much anywhere, but for me to really kind of, speak to Fenris, it's got to be about 100 feet or so.
What would you think about leaving Fenris with the wagon? That way, if someone comes and steals from it, Fenris would know who they are. He could witness it.
It might be a good idea. No one would really suspect just a simple, ordinary desert rat of... Yeah, we could try that.
Hold on a second. It's ice time. Ice time.
Oh boy, ice time!
Ice time, ice time, ice time, ice time. It is time for ice. You could have continued talking to each other during ice time.
It's okay. We put it on ice for a moment.
Oh, Nox.
Here we go. Anyway, whatever you all want to do.
Yeah, let's get this back to the wagon and then go check out the room at the inn.
Alright, so you sort of work your way out. You get a few odd glances from people as you sort of carry the wagon, especially again with Jomo having the flame out. But no one.
I think while I'm helping to carry the chest, I don't have the flame out.
Okay. Yeah, you still get a few odd looks, but this town has, again, its major thing is it's a stopover point for trade, so it's not unusual to see people carrying heavy things throughout the village. And you bring it to your wagon outside and load it up into it. So altogether, that is about 60 pounds of stuff. If you want to mark that down in the storage.
And during this transition, if there was a sort of a deserted spot in the village, shall we say, that Corwin would notice that no one was around, then he would go ahead and summon Fenris.
Okay, yeah. You go ahead and do that. There's plenty of, again, the village has had quite a few people leave, so it's not as if there's a lack of places for you to discreetly summon things up.
I've got to run AFK for just a couple minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Is Seer still with us?
Yep.
I'm gonna
Searshu
ask
is
her,
always with you.
but sometimes she's
All right.
not actually present.
Well, yeah, but you can always bring her. You can always summon her up. I mean, she's your whatever she is.
How far away from me do you think you can be?
Not terribly far, unfortunately. Why I have that? Not terribly far, unfortunately.
Just wondering. Well, you would be a good scout, Jomo thinking. You go into a place before us, nobody in there can see you, but you can see. Can you walk through walls?
I've never really tried to.
We'll try it.
All right. She sort of makes a motion of moving against a wall, and as she does so, she sort of just she bumps into it and just stops. And she then looks around and goes, "No, I can't go through walls, it seems."
Okay, just an idea. Is somebody gone? Did somebody go away?
Yeah, Tim's just gone away for a few.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
How large is Searshu, by the way?
She's about the same size as any of you.
Okay.
Though again, her lower half is sort of a wispy trail that sort of fades and ties back into Jomo.
So she just kind of floats along. She doesn't actually walk on the ground.
No.
Hey, can you fly, Seer?
I can go off. I can't. God damn it! I keep losing accent. I can go off the ground somewhat, but I can't fly again very far away from you. If I do, and she begins to make the motion of moving up away, and as she does so, you note that her hands and extremities, as she's sort of reaching up, begin to sort of fade and break apart. That happens.
Oh. Okay. Can you see in the dark?
I can see in the dark, yes.
What languages do you know?
Thus far, I only know Common, but I suppose I could learn other languages if I was provided with the sufficient material. Though, that being said, I do get the sense that I always thought that my knowledge base solely came from your memories, but I get the sense that perhaps there's more there. But I'm uncertain as to how to access it.
We're supposed to talk to the Wild Seer to find out more. But did they tell us where the Wild Seer is?
No,
She just fainted.
Yes, after you lit her on fire, quite adroitly, I might add.
Joma shrugs. These things happen.
Yep, sometimes you just gotta set someone's face on fire.
No use crying over a little seared flesh.
Sorry about that. Took a few minutes longer than I thought.
It's alright.
Yeah, we were having Sirshu capability conversation.
Alright. So, yeah, you've moved the chest onto your covered wagon, and, now what do you want to do?
Well, let's head back to the inn and take a look at that room.
Corwin will telepathically tell Fenris to just stand guard with the wagon, just keep an eye on things, that type of thing.
Alright. You leave Fenris with the wagon and you begin to head off to the, back to the Pale Basrog. As you get inside, you notice it's now emptied quite a bit. It's right now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's not really the peak time. You know, the dinner crowd hasn't really come in or anything like that, and the midday crowd's left. Oh, my leg. bastard men. Eh. Sorry, just need to find
That
a couple.
sucks.
Yeah. Oh, okay. This is better. Um. So, yeah. Um. It's mostly empty, but Rye's sitting at one of the tables, sort of drumming her fingers against it. She looks up. Ah, friends. Good to see that you have finally arrived. I have already spoken with Stelaga, and she has most graciously provided this. And she, and with this sort of flair, she whips out this key. The key to... right? The key to Kresh's room. She did say that you would need to pay her still, though.
Pay her for what?
For the key.
Yeah, we agreed to settle up Kresh's tab.
Oh, how much is that?
I think it was 3.5 enamel pieces, I believe.
Yep.
I produce 1 enamel.
Oh, we can take care of it on our way out.
Oh. Okay.
Alright. So you head up the stairs and to the set of rooms. You pass by the common room, and then you reach the 2 doors that lead to the 2 private rooms. Rye hands Corwin the key and says, "You seem to be the master of unlocking, as it were. I think you should lead us in."
Fair enough, then. Yeah, and Corwin will just go ahead and use the key on the door.
No, if you use the key, you don't get the XP for picking the lock.
Exactly.
You know how that is in some games?
Yeah. I still generally use the key, though, even if it means I miss on the XP, because, again, just OCD thing. If there's a key for something, I like to use the key for it rather than pick it open.
Okay. That's reasonable. So he used the key. What happens?
The door unlocks.
Okay. Yeah, and he wouldn't suspect that there'd be any traps in an inn, so he'll just go ahead and enter.
Which was the exact wrong thing to do, as another bolt flies out. No. Yeah, it's... you see a room that is basically, it's slightly messed up. It's a fairly standard inn room, but it's been sort of lived in, you can tell. There appears to be a backpack on the ground there, and some other, a backpack on the ground, and some clothing that's been left over a chair.
Yeah, Corwin will go to the backpack and kind of open it and take a look through it.
All right. What are the other 2 doing?
Just looking around the room for anything weird. Out of
Yeah.
the ordinary.
You don't really see anything that strikes you as being especially ordinary. Corwin, in the bag, you find that it's mostly filled with, again, just clothes. There's some rations, a small dagger, and you also find some scraps of paper, which, as far as you can tell, seem to constitute a sort of diary.
Corwin will kind of read through it a bit, like focusing on the later entries if there's a particular time frame.
All right. You do so, and there's not really any dates them, but you are able to find a set of notes that appear to be directly related to Hermes. And here they are. Everyone see that?
Yep.
Yes.
So, I guess I can read it out. Checked out Hermes. Found nothing. I should actually written in a rough hand. These scraps of paper appear to be the notes of your predecessor in this investigation. Kresh. Checked out Hermes' place. Found nothing. No one seems to know anything about Hermes disappearing. Hermes is an only villager who's gone missing. Link. Saw Commander leave note in barrel. Nicked it. Something's going on in Sada. Not just the disappearances. Got tip. Hermes may have been seen in rock fields to the northwest of village. We'll check out.
Did somebody in character read it out loud?
Yeah, Corwin would have read it out loud, or yeah,
Okay.
as he was kind of piecing it together and that type of thing.
I'll shuffle through papers if I see any to see if I can't find this note that he mentioned.
All right. You do so, but it doesn't appear that you could find the note anywhere amongst these papers.
Rock fields.
And I'm getting less of a confident feeling about leaving the wagon out there.
Northwest of village. Is that the same direction the Thrycreen went? I say that to Rye.
Rai comes over. Yes, I believe that is indeed where the Thrycreen went. To
Interesting.
Chicklin.
I'm gonna turn on Dad, just in case there are any in this room.
Really?
No, not really.
Okay. Because you never know with Jomo. Sometimes he does weird things.
You're not wrong.
Well, this is the second little piece of information here pointing us to the north. We should probably check that out next. What time is it, Scito?
It's right now about 3:15.
Rye, are you familiar with these rock fields? Do you know how far away they might be?
I am afraid not. I do not have their direct location. You would do better asking Stalaga. However, I fear this will be at the point at which our paths must part. I am loath to go out into the rock fields. I hear there's dangers that lurk there.
That's
Okay.
fine. We'll let you know what we find.
Very good. In that case, I suppose I should get on with my business. I hope you can find the source of this issue, my friends.
We will find something.
Rai sort of smiles at that, and she leaves the room.
Well, I think we still have enough daylight. Do you guys want to go see if we can't find these rock fields? We can ask Stalag.
Yes.
Yeah, I think if we don't get out there soon, we'll have to wait till the next day.
That dry queen may need our help.
All right. So, are you going to go down to meet Stalaga?
Yes.
I mean, assuming I've made a good search of this room, then
You can do an investigation check if you want to be sure, or a perception check. Either will work. And
Make
with
that a
dubious guidance.
13.
Yeah, you don't really see anything else of note in this room.
Yeah, Corin would look as well, just to be sure, but he's assuming not. Probably just a bed and the chairs and all of. Nice.
Yep. Not
There
really
were no
finding.
coins in that chest or in here, right?
No.
Is there anything in the pockets of the clothes or anything like that?
No, not really. Again, the only other thing aside from clothes are some rations and a small dagger.
Metal dagger?
No, not metal.
Oh.
It's made of bone. See, guys, why are we cutting down so many trees to make things out of wood? We could just be using bones. They're a material that we're just wasting by putting in the ground or burning.
That's what I'm saying. Also, the meat we're wasting.
Again, Kuru and all that.
There's got to be some way to prepare it that we don't have to worry about that, right?
Not really, no. It's, as far as we can tell, there doesn't appear to be any way of lessening the risk. Some have suggested that microwaving could potentially.
But what
do
if we
that.
fed it to our animals? We could make dog food out of it or something, or cat food.
Yeah, again, but some people have argued that might not result in a lessened risk, and you could then just have more cases of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease.
Making shit up. Cool.
Also, the FDA requires that any pet food has to be edible by humans.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Anyway, I guess we're going down to talk to Stalaga.
Yep, it looks like it. So, you shuffle from the room. I'm guessing you close it behind you?
Yeah.
And do you lock it?
Yeah, he'd lock it as well,
Okay.
because I'm assuming we're bringing the key back, or at least he would assume that.
Well,
And
and
you walk-
I'm going to
Yep.
try and gather up Kresh's belongings, such
Okay.
as they are, clean them out of the room, because I know that's what Stalag.
All right, you do so. So now you have about 10 pounds of clothing, and including a dagger and some rations. So you leave the room and walk along the little walkway that's above the main area, go down the stairs, and Saga sort of is at the counter there. She looks up. Ah, so you finally finished. Now, I believe there was talk of payment, settling Crush's debt. And she sort of holds her hand. The key and the coin, if you please.
Corwin will go ahead and put the key in her hand.
And I'll give her the 3.5 enamel pieces.
Oh, yep, go ahead.
I'll flip an enamel piece to Sinclair.
All right. After fun trade between friends, after that, she smiles and says, "All right, good. Is there anything else that you'll be needing?" I totally forgot what voice I did for Stalaga before, so now she's just going to have this voice. Characters will rapidly change their accents.
I know those struggles. I never remember what voices I did for characters.
Well, no, like a lot of characters I do remember the voices for, but Stalaga, for some reason, I've forgotten her the damn voice I used.
It's okay.
Should just keep notes. I mean, like, I show notes of voices gruff, voices da 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 da. I mean, some voices are easy to remember. Like, I'm never gonna forget Luco's voice. His voice is Spoony.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had some notes for some characters too, and for voices, and one of them for this other D&D game, the notes just says shit churro. Because I want to. It's like
Nice.
the same kind of voice as that voice actor had that played Barrick and Kana.
Ah. What might we find, I wonder?
Yeah, like that.
Anyways, is there anything else you need help with? Perhaps you need a room for the night?
What time is it right now, approximately?
It's now about 3:20. Yeah, I keep time down right to the fucking minute.
I think we should just go now and not wait.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I would go with that as well.
Okay, so do you want to try and get the directions from Stalaga first?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead. She's asking if you need anything else.
Well, I've heard that there's some interesting vistas to paint in some sort of a rock field over in the northwest. Was just wondering about how far away that is.
The rock fields, that you'll be traveling out about an hour or two that way. That's where T'Chicklin went. I'm assuming you're looking for him now?
Yes.
Yeah, Romway, he said that you might be trying to find him. Anyways, yeah, no issues there. Just head out. It's literally traveling directly to the northwest, about an hour and a half. You'll find the rock fields there. They're not pleasant to walk upon. Okay.
Ignore that.
Alright. I feel like that's gonna happen a lot, where you'll do something and then you'll just be like, ignore that.
I know with those proficiencies, it's so easy to do that.
I just find it funny that Jomo has a 6 intelligence, but he speaks 5 languages. He's like an idiot savant for languages or something.
Yeah. Yeah, if only he could learn to read. Well, at least you're working on that. Only 131 hours to literacy.
Yay. Yes, we should go find this T'Chicklin.
Yeah,
Alright.
so I'm gonna swing by the wagon on the way out to deposit Kresh's stuff in there.
All right. So, do you want to take the wagon out to try and find him, or do you want to just go there on foot?
I
Do
was
we
thinking
get-
just go there on foot. What do you guys think?
That's what I was thinking too.
I imagine it would probably be unsuitable ground for the wagon.
Yeah,
It would
rock fields
definitely-
doesn't sound like.
It would definitely be difficult terrain for that sort of thing, yeah.
It's a covered wagon, but it doesn't have like a door or anything, right?
No, although you could have it remade to have a door. Or wait, what? One sec. No, I'm gonna say it doesn't. No, it doesn't have a door, but you could have it redone to have a door.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could set it up to where we could actually lock the wagon. But that's a thing to think about another time.
Yeah. So, using the directions that Saga gave you, you set off in the northwesterly direction. And it's, as travel goes, it's not the most pleasant. You're traveling over sand dunes. These are the great alluvial wastes, you know. But soon enough, you start coming upon rockier terrain. Everyone make a perception check. Okay, Corwin, you notice what appears to be a figure off in the distance who is crouched down by some rocks.
Do I get the sense that it's a thrycreen?
You think it looks like it could be a thrycreen, yeah?
Corwin will kind of point in that direction and say, I see someone over there. I think that might be the thrycreen.
Let's go check it out.
I'm gonna call out in Thrycreen. Hello over there! If you is
Alright.
Kitlin, we looking for you. We
Take
are
Chick-
friends.
It-
Yeah, well, Jomo would
I'll-
pronounce it right, but
I'll just put the name in chat.
we are friends. We mean no harm. And just call that out so that he doesn't think we're coming up to attack him.
Oh no.
Oh, Nox. Chicklin. That's hard to say.
It is hard to say. It really is. You know what you also can't do, motherfucker? Make a pun out of it.
That's true.
He already did. Basically.
Well, but not really. I mean, it's not really his name. It's...
Anyway, I call that out, and I guess we're approaching. Amaranth says summon a bull lock for
All
that
right.
chest.
As you get closer, you find the figure. He's sort of standing there, and he's just looking at you. It's it is indeed a thrycreen who appears to be gray-green in terms of his coloration, dressed in chitin armor, and it looks like he's holding what looks like a tricol and a chatcha. God damn, that's a hard word to pronounce.
Yeah. I'm never sure I'm pronouncing it correctly whenever I try to say it.
Yes. What is it? What is it that you have come?
Is he speaking
Why?
Thri-Kreen or Common?
He's speaking common for the most part, though he intersperses Thri-Kreen every so often. And why do you seek? Why La? La, which Jomo knows means why. Basically, why are you seeking? What are you trying to find?
You are T'Chklin?
That is I.
I am Jomo. This is Sinclair and Corwin. We are looking into the people who disappear from village. And we heard you came out here hunting some kind of monster. We thought you might need help.
I am Tick, yes. I am seeking a beast that I believe may be responsible for disappearances. Although I am not certain. There are ruins in much this part of these lands. Ruins of those who... oh. Sorry. Ruins of Tor that have long been lost. And he sort of motions over some nearby ruins, which are interspersed throughout the rock fields. Much like this throughout these wastes.
Why you think they're a monster behind disappearances?
It only makes sense. Sign of a hunter, another tick. Thus I become Tick, hunter of hunter. It is Tick-Chock, yes.
Is this being spoken in Thri-Kreen or Common?
Common, but again interspersed with Thri-Kreen. Tick-Chock, Jomo knows. Basically, it means It means like a hunter mentality.
Do you suspect what sort of monster this is?
It is a stalker. It is something which... It is something which is used to hunting Zer. Yes. It is not beast that, and it is not beast that enter Sa. It is beast that seek. I believe it is related. Is difficult to explain in language. You must forgive.
Certainly, but the stalker you talk about, in Sada we heard that one of the disappearances might have been related to some sort of singing and the breaking or tinkling of glass. Is that something that the stalkers do?
It is not that which I seek. I do not believe it. That sound more like work of other beast.
See you later, Amaranth.
Hawk being. Something which is lost, not the being that I seek.
How did this creature go into town and get people and take them out without anybody seeing?
Is same thought I have. I believe as I search, I grow less and less certain that that which I ka is, in fact, the being that has been responsible for all the deaths. For I am sure they must be dead, and I shall become instrument of cure, vengeance.
That sounds good. We help you with this. Have you found any tracks?
They have led me to this area, but I have been unable to find the exact thing. Perhaps if you would be willing to help me search.
Jomo just nods.
We should travel as Tekmak, as packmates together. Yes?
Jomo agree, but I'll look at the other two.
Sinclair will nod.
Yes, strength in a pack.
Yes. We shall travel as Tech. And he immediately grows quiet. So, let us search, yes?
Yes, let us see what we can see.
Alright. So you all begin looking around the ruins. Again, they're not major ruins. There's just the odd pillar or structure that's been long since abandoned. And you continue searching for about an hour, so it's now growing closer to about nightfall. Chicklin says to you, careful. Many beasts grow more bold when darkness falls.
Should we head back to town and come back again in the morning?
I would not wish to be as Jav Jits, but is perhaps the best thing we can do. It can be dangerous to hunt at night. Even if... Oh,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
These two not see so good at dark. And we not want to make light now, because then monsters see it.
Right. Oh, I also forgot that you get new green, even though it doesn't show terribly much.
Looks like a rock field to me.
Then
The
let
rocks
us
are
head.
just very, very small.
Then let us head back. And so the four of you begin traveling back. As you do so, though, I'm going to need you all to make a perception check. All right, Corwin, you hear something, a low growling noise.
Wait a minute. What's that?
Jomo not hear nothing.
I swear I just heard a growl or a snarl or something like that.
I asked Seer if she heard anything.
Searshu just sort of shakes her head. I didn't hear anything.
Well, I get ready. I get my shield out and my spear.
Goblin also seems to have sensed something, because he too is also getting his weapons ready. Quiet. I believe that perhaps that which we tick has instead found us. The growl, as you try and listen closer, Corwin, you hear the growling coming from near some ruins, a collapsed archway and pillar. And suddenly you see two yellow eyes peek out from the darkness.
I wonder what happened to that pillar. So can we all see the yellow eyes, or?
Over there, by those ruins. I think the hunters have just become the hunted.
And as you say that, a massive form bursts out of the ground from behind the pillars and slams its paw down. And I'm going to need Corwin to make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, that makes it. Corwin, you completely avoid this. And there, coming from the rubble, you see this. Everyone see it?
Maybe it's friendly.
Lovely.
Well, folks, it's that time again. Time to roll initiative.
Initiative.
Oh, why is it not being added to the turn order? Damn it.
We don't have tokens out,
Oh,
so
right.
we don't.
Right. Okay. But everyone can see the turn order, right?
I don't see anything on the turn order. Just looks blank to me.
Oh, man. Is it still blank?
Yes.
For me, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, this is I'm definitely going to be looking into this before the next session. This enormous.
I don't know what would cause that.
All right.
Now I see the monster
Yeah.
on the turn order.
Okay,
Well,
maybe I have to re-add you guys, and then you'll see. Are you coming up on the turn order now?
No.
No.
Motherfucker, god damn it. Okay. Well, alright, you're on the turn order for me, so at least I can keep track of where everyone is. God
That's fine.
damn it.
Maybe because like our tokens aren't on this layer or something.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out again what the best
Yeah.
way is going to be to handle combat, because again, there's just so many opportunities for combat that it's unrealistic to have a battle map for each situation. But at the same time,
I mean, even maybe just to have like 3 tokens just sitting out, like, you know, on somewhere, that maybe that would fix the turn order somehow or whatnot. Just
yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that for the next
You know, you can
Found-
actually drag your name from the characters list to the thing, and it creates a token. And then you could use that, I think. Let me just test it real quick. Let's see if I can use that to do initiative. Oh, see, there I am. Now I'm on the turn order.
Oh, okay.
But we can keep my old initiative roll. A little bit
Okay.
worse.
So I guess if you guys want to do the same thing.
Oh, yeah, that's big.
Was there something else you did, Josiah? I didn't show up on this.
Just like click on your name, you know, and then Sinclair, and just drag it straight over and drop it on the... Is that not working?
I'd click on the name from where?
Where the
From the
character list
compendium.
is, at the top of the handouts tab. Yeah, there it is. I see it now.
Okay, I don't.
Tab 2, there's characters and there's your picture in Sinclair. So on the word
No.
Sinclair, just drag it over.
Yeah, I got that. I'm not showing up on the turn order.
Oh, then once you want to be on the turn order, you have to have your token selected and then hit initiative from your character sheet, and it'll automatically put it
Gotcha.
on.
Don't,
Okay.
don't worry, Nox. You'll get your old initiative back.
The double fails. The double nat ones on the second initiative.
Oh, it's a good thing that you're
Wow.
keeping your original one.
It's
Because-
good to get those natural ones out when they're not used.
Yeah.
This is true.
All right. So, this enormous beast snarling, drool dripping from its mouth, begins to circle you. It is about... how are you all positioned?
I don't know. We're just walking down the trail.
Yeah, I imagine Corwin was next to it since he had to dodge away. He's
Yeah.
close to it.
Right. So, yeah, Corwin, you're right next to it. I'll say that...
Probably the others weren't far behind
Yeah,
because they were
I'll say-
asking.
Yeah, I'll say that Sinclair and Jomo and are about 10 feet away. Chicken is about 15 feet away. Anyways,
Okay.
this beast is pawing the sands, staring at you, Corwin. Sinclair, you've just seen this. What do you do?
Do I recognize what this is?
Make a nature check. No, you don't recognize what it is. Others can make a nature check if they so wish, but that'll be during their turn. So, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna approach it warily and then just hold action. See what happens.
Okay. You approach it, and it just snarls at you as you get closer to it.
Okay, so for my action, I'm gonna go ahead and do a mind thrust.
Okay. Put that up. You can on intelligence saving throw. Okay.
DC is 14.
Oh well, this thing is. Yeah, it does not make that. So it'll take 1d10 psychic damage. So you can roll that. All right.
Get your will crushed
Yeah.
to the tune of 3.
So the creature recoils somewhat, but it immediately bounces back and gives a deep guttural growl at you, Sinclair. Corwin, it's your turn.
Having just dodged the way out, out of the way of this thing, Corwin is just going to turn back and draw both of his short swords and just slice and dice at him with both of them.
Okay.
They'll cut you down in cold blood like it's no fuss.
All right, that hits. Okay.
And I think that gets sneak attack as well. Nice one.
Why do you get sneak attack?
Because I'm assuming that Sinclair is on the other side. He's within 5 feet.
Oh, I had you all in front of it, so it's such that it's facing is still you're within its range of facing.
Well,
It doesn't.
Did Sinclair move up next to it, or did he hang back a little bit to do the mind thrust?
He moved up right next to it.
Yes, so I have a non-incapacitated ally within 5 feet of the enemy.
Okay.
That extra one. Nice.
Yep.
That extra one.
You have another attack, right, with the other sword?
Yep.
Oh.
Ooh, and you know what that means.
Yep.
Roll a 1d2.
Do.
Or is it a 1d2? Okay, but you're fine. And let me just make sure, again, I have to remember my own house rules. If it's a 1d2 that for...
I think it is a 1d2 for fail, 1d3 for crit success.
That's it.
At this level.
Okay, well, so your first cut strikes against its face, knocking off some scales and leaving a deep gash in the side of its cheek. The second one, though, hits against the scales, and you feel like your blade is about to break for a second as it sort of it bounces against it, and you get the full reverberation, and it actually hurts your arm a little bit. Not enough to cause damage, but... And having just done that, the creature, the ambush scalehound, is now going to attack you, Corwin.
Okay.
So it's going to do its first attack.
It's a hug attack. The scalehound's really made out of yarn.
Yeah, okay, you know what? There's actually a freaking, the gorilla bear back in 2E, I think it was.
Gorilla bear.
Yes, that was an actual D&D creature, and it had an attack called Hug.
Wow.
Awesome. I'm adding one of those to Undermountain.
Okay. So, first, it attempts to bite you. Oh!
Do. That's not good.
Okay. And I'm having a mind fart again. Remind me for 5e what happens with critical hits.
You just rolled all of the dice of the attack twice, and then you add the static bonus once.
Okay, thank you. Oh, and this is not the one you want to get. So, all the dice, that's going to be 4d10.
Ooh!
Yeah. So that's 20. And
those 2 ones help.
Corwin's just going to take a nap on the floor.
And it's also adds 3 to that, so 23.
Ouch. Did it bite him, or did it use its claws, or what?
It
Or
bit
its
him.
tail?
It bit him.
That's painful.
Yeah. So what were you at before, Corwin? Because you actually can go into negative health here, remember.
18, so that would make him at -5.
Okay.
You only have 18 hit points?
Once upon a time I had 30, and then things changed, and...
Yeah.
Damn GM nerfed us.
Got nerfed.
Oh, you'll be fine. It's just a scratch.
Yeah, just a flesh wound.
Yeah. But now it's going to attempt to attack you, Sinclair.
Oh, it's not done.
Yeah. And so after drawing blood from Corwin, who has just been ravaged, a giant gash torn out of his neck, it then turns to you, Sinclair, and it is going to attempt to swipe its paw, but it misses entirely. Again, just got them moves. And that's going to be it for its turn, so, yeah. That was a good first turn for it.
Just quickly knock out a third of the party.
Well, fourth, you've got Tick-Chick-Lin.
Oh, that's right.
Who will now dash in right beside you. Actually, it's going to move such that it's behind the creature and has flanking, so it now will have advantage. And it's going to make... Why am I saying it? He's going to make 2 attacks. The first with his Tricol. And let me make sure that's the right number there. Yep. Okay, which misses. He brings the Tricol with his first set of arms. It swings right over the beast's head as it ducks down.
He's got advantage, doesn't he? Shouldn't he roll twice?
Oh,
or?
right.
Good one, Tim. Good one. Oh.
Which gets a
Fuck.
roll.
Thanks,
Nice.
advantage.
And then I forget. Does he only get advantage once per turn, or does he get for both?
Yeah, if you have advantage to attack something, it's on all your attacks.
All right, which is good. So, not even gonna roll one. Gets a critical hit with this one. So this time he's going to roll with
Critical
his.
hit. That's it. That's the whole song this time.
He gets 9 damage against the creature. So
what did he hit him with?
He hit him with his cha-cha. Oh my god, that is so hard to say. Chat, then there's a K, and then cha.
And his weapon's immune to breaking?
Oh, right. He's gonna have to do that. Oh boy. So let me see here what again. So it's 1d4. Okay. He is going to do this, and it does not break. So he does.
Do the monster's teeth break on Corwin?
No, sadly, the monster's teeth are immune to breaking.
Aw.
And Jomo, it's your turn.
Good strike, Jomo says. And I'm going to move around next to the Thrycreen, kind of behind it, taking advantage of the facing as well, if I can.
Okay. So you're going to use... Does your weapon have reach?
No. How big is this thing?
It is large, so it's about 15 feet long.
Yeah, so there should be room behind it for both of us, right?
Okay, yeah, I'll say that you can sort of get in behind it. Sure.
Alright, so I'm gonna call out a quick healing word.
Okay.
As a bonus action, a quick healing word for, Corwin.
Alright. So roll it.
Oh,
Corwin, you are
God.
back to 5.
Awesome.
It's a minimum roll. And then I'm gonna stab this thing
Okay.
with my spear. And I'm gonna call out and like yell at it and try to get its attention. Ah! Fight me! And I'm gonna stab it with the obsidian G. Here we go. 23
Alright. That hits.
for 10 damage.
All right. So you bring your G down. You stab it right into the back of this beast, right above the tail. Blood comes pouring out from the wound, and the creature howls at you in rage.
I'm gonna try to twist it in there just to make it more painful.
All
I'm
right.
trying to piss it
You
off.
can. I'll say you can do that, and you're even sort of popping up a scale, which is coming up with this sickening noise as it comes off from the creature's flesh. Sinclair, it's your turn.
All right, so I'm going to take a moment and focus my my attack to grant flurry of blows, and then I will be attacking with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
I assume I still have flanking with one of those.
Well, no, it's facing you, so you don't have flanking.
All right, here we go.
And that misses, unfortunately.
Okay, so with the flurry, I get to take 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Okay. That misses. That one hits. 8 bludgeoning. So you strike at it with your quarterstaff, but the creature just sort of dodges away. You then bring your fist out to strike it across the face. Again, misses. Then you bring out your knee and you bring it out right under the creature's chin, and as its mouth shuts, there's a thick crunching noise as a couple of its teeth crack.
I like the teeth crack.
And Corwin, it's now your turn.
Hey, Jen. Jen's here. She says we're screwed.
Hey, Jen. Oh, they're
She's
doing
not
fine.
wrong.
Other than that one round where things didn't go so well.
This is a Josiah fight where in the first round the monster kills most of the piece.
Yeah, Corwin will spring up and he'll actually use his bonus action to back away and sort of take his breath for a split second there. And he's just
Back
really...
by how much?
10 feet or so.
Okay.
15 feet-ish, we'll say.
All right. Getting the hell out of there.
Just
But
a bit.
that does provoke an attack
my
of
fault.
opportunity.
Bonus
Oh,
action,
right.
disengaged, cutting action.
Right.
It's Scito's fault.
So, getting his energy back and realizing what's happened, that he momentarily fell unconscious, and then, a divine word brought him back into awareness, and just giving him enough to get away. He's just going to kind of get really annoyed and fed up with this thing, and they're out in the desert, and he really just doesn't care, and he's just gonna look at it and go, razzle dazzle, snap and snazzle, I send this bolt of might to frazzle.
To
And a
frazzle,
cape.
Holy shit.
Okay. All right. Well, first off, roll a 1d8. Or roll. I guess you can roll damage first and then do the 1d8.
And that's going to be a huge glob of acid that's going to come at it for 5 points of damage.
Okay. So yeah, the acid strikes against the creature's skin, and I'm sorry. How much damage does it do?
5 total.
Okay.
Doesn't it? Oh, that's the
Wait.
2d8. And oh man, you got a 2 on 2d8? That's terrible.
Yep.
Yeah. So the glob of acid strikes against the creature's scales, and for the most part, the scales are able to sort of withstand it. But you can see that one of them sort of falls away from the creature, still burning as it hits the ground beneath it.
And there's no other creatures that have kind of made themselves known at all, right?
Not as of yet.
Okay. Because that Chaos Bolt could leap since it was a double one, but yeah, he'll choose not to use it.
All right. The creature is annoyed at Corwin, but it's more annoyed at Sinclair for cracking some of his teeth right now, and it's going to attack. Oh, critical miss! So the
Broken
creature
teeth?
attempts. No, again, it can't break its teeth. The creature attempts to snap at Sinclair, but it completely misses. Just by nothing but in fact, it cracks its teeth just a little bit more.
Does it miss so badly that everyone has advantage to attack it?
No, unfortunately, it doesn't have that. It's going to attack again. 20. Does that hit? Tim?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, it hits.
All right. And that's going to do 8 points of damage.
Got it.
So its paw comes striking out, raking across your chest, and leaving deep, bloody furrows. And now it's Tick Chicklin's turn. And he is going to attack it again. And but that's the exact same roll he got last time.
You'd attack.
All right,
just for
that
the
one
line.
hits. And so that.
What rhyme?
So with his tri-call, he does 8 points of damage as he strikes it down to the end of the creature's tail, cutting off the very tip of it as it howls in pain. And then he brings out his chatka, god damn that word, with his other set of arms, and... Oh! Critical
This
hit!
motherfucker!
He's
Oh wait, that's not the monster critting. That's our buddy critting.
Yeah. Yeah, and this guy, by the way, is a 22-year-old Thrycreen, and they don't live very long. So he's an old Thrycreen. So roll 2d. 3. Yep.
Damn millennial Thrycreens.
And he rakes it against the creature's back, drawing more blood from it. It's looking very wounded now, as the creature sort of howls in pain. Jomo, it's your turn.
Alright, so... Corwin is on his feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's on his feet and back.
I'm going to hold aloft my spear and say, "Let the radiant flame burn my foes!" And have a flame that starts in my hand and rises up the spear and then bursts out in all directions from the tip of the spear, burning hostile creatures within 30 feet of me. Need to make a Constitution save for the monster
All right.
with a DC of 14.
It makes it.
Okay, so it still takes half damage.
And what damage is that?
So
Oh!
it still takes 9.
Okay. So the flame issues forth from your G and washes over the creature, not harming your allies, but burning it. And it howls as its freshly cut off tip of tail, and it's the cuts that were just made along its back with the chachkas are seared closed. It is now looking like it's about on death's door.
I want to make a nature check to see if I know what this thing is, too. Can I?
Sure.
Okay.
Nope. You have no idea what this thing is.
It's a horse! Yeah.
Yes, you found it. The first horse that Athos has seen in thousands of years. Sinclair, it's your turn.
You know what? Hold on, I'm not done yet. I'm gonna use
Okay.
my action surge.
Alright.
I get an additional action on my turn.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna stab it.
Alright. Roll that attack.
15?
Alright, that hits.
17, actually, because I still have advantage. 11 more.
Alright, how do you want to do this?
Yes! I wanted to kill it, and I killed it. I mean, it was a team effort.
Stole my
guys.
kill, bud.
It was a team effort. If by team effort you mean thing I did. Did you see me kill that creature all by myself?
Nice.
That's kind of an in-joke between me and Tim. Okay. After I've finished burning it, a little bit of flame remains on the tip of my spear. And I use the bottom half of my spear's shaft to sort of knock its tail up in the air, and then in a spinning move, as I crouch down, I thrust in with both hands on the sphere under the tail into the soft, sensitive part of its lower abdomen, and just bury the spear in until there's only about a foot of it still sticking out, impaling the creature and burning it at the same time.
And as you do that, the creature howls, and as it does so, smoke actually comes out from its mouth, and then it falls over, quite dead. You won! After a not too great first round.
Yay.
The beasts of the desert cannot stand against the power of the flame. I'll look at chicken. I'll look at the chicken. To chicken!
Nice.
I'll look at the chicken and tell him, well fought, friend.
To you as well. This was a good battle. And thank you for helping bring down this quarry. I suspect I would have had much more difficulty on my own.
But surely this is not the creature that took the people out of the town.
No, I do not believe so. I see but one victim of it. And as he does so, he points near the ruins where you see the body of what looks like a mole lying on the ground there.
No, Craig.
Oh,
I go
gosh.
over to investigate the body.
All right. Looking at the body, you see that it has what looks like a pair of broken singing sticks, and torn apart armor. It's been gnawed on quite a bit. It also has a small shoulder pack with it.
Yeah, let's grab that pack.
All right. Looking around inside the pack, you find about 3 slate pieces and 12 ceramic pieces, and you also find a note.
Well, this is ridiculous. How was he expecting to pay for his private room when he had such pitiful...
Well, it might have got torn. He might have lost some along the way. Who knows?
I think he's a deadbeat.
Probably, but this is the note you find.
Yay, another note. Bespattered.
Though slightly bespattered by blood, the following note, taken from Kresh's body, still quite legible. Rai, please inform your superiors they have nothing to worry about. Sada is still a prime target for Uruk's expansion, even with the disappearances. With my men looking into it, I suspect we'll sort out what is happening very soon.
This son of a bitch.
What a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that rye was no good. By the way, Corwin, do you want the purification of the flame? I see you still have wounds.
I feel like I was just about to be the damn thing's second victim.
It will be painful. You want it? And reach out a burning hand in your direction.
Just lay it on me. I feel like I've been, well, chomped on like some urchin's little gum chewing thing.
Little gum chewing thing? Let the searing heat of the flame purify this body. And I'll cast a Cure Wounds on him.
Alright.
For 7 more healing.
So, Chikchitlin says, that note, you react to it. Something bad?
Well, did someone read it out loud in character?
Yeah, I would have if I found it. It seems as though the head of the guard is conspiring against the town in favor of Uruk. I wonder if Rai knows anything about this.
Wait, how you know it's the head of the guard?
Oh wait, that's probably Rai. Because Kresh said that he found a note that the head of the guard or the commander left in a barrel and he stole it. I'm assuming that this is that.
Plus the title of the note, you know.
Yeah.
From the desk of Akmil.
It's on his letterhead.
I was looking at that and I'm like, I don't know if I should say anything about that, but
Ah, right. So he and Rai are conspiring.
It would seem so, yes. Though neither of them are apparently responsible for the disappearances.
This is most grave. If the commander of the Vordon Guard is working for them, something must be done, lest Uruk gain control of the town. You should head back quickly. Here. And he produces 3 vials filled with a red liquid. Take these potions of healing. I was going to use them for my battle against whichever beasts lay out here, but this can be your reward for assisting me in this fight.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to make sure there is no other creatures out here. This was an ambush scale drake, and they tend to travel in packs. I must ensure that this one was by its lonesome.
Are you sure you'll be alright by yourself?
I believe this one traveled alone. If there was a pack, they would have already descended, but I must be sure. Chances are, if there are others, they are likely young, and will be much easier to take out.
Be careful. So, are we just going to each take one of these bottles?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Today you have shared gift with me, and I am grateful for it.
Thank you for this gift.
And the Thrycreen bows deeply as it sets to its task, looking around, seeking out if there's any other beast.
I'm gonna offer him some of my rations.
I need no such food right now. I have eaten already plenty today. Now I live only for the hunt.
Okay. Thank you.
Good hunting to you.
Alright. And so do you all want to now head back to Sada?
Should we just put Potion of Healing on our character sheet?
Yep, that's fine.
Are you ready to return to town, friends?
Yeah, let's head back.
Yeah, I could go for some ale after that one. Though your healing kind of feels like I just had a couple myself.
Alright. So you all begin your long, lonesome trek. The sun finally sets and it's nighttime as during the latter half of your journey back to Sada. Now
I'll
you know
produce
that...
flame for light.
Alright. Now you know that apparently Rai, who was assisting you happily enough during your investigation, appears to be, as many in the village claimed she was, in fact, an agent for Uruk. And what's more, that a commander of the Vorden Guard is working with her. But what should you do with this information is up to you. In any case, you return back to the gate. You return back to the familiar sites of the Sada city gate. Or city gates, village gates. It's not obviously daylight, though. As torchlight burns, providing inviting entrance for you after your ordeal.
What you think we should do first?
I think we should take this to Edu. I'm not exactly sure how this town works, but if anyone is able to effect change from this new information, it would probably be him.
That's what Jimbo was thinking too.
I would suggest a different course of action. Perhaps if you aren't going to take advantage of his hospitality by selling off those objects from before, perhaps you could take this back to Ven, so Searshoe says rather slyly. That, I think, could prove quite useful to him, don't you think? Some dirt on a city guard.
I guess.
He might be willing to pay quite a bit.
We still gotta find Harmees, right?
Yeah, we still haven't solved the disappearances. We can't go back.
I'm just
We
saying.
know where Crush is,
I'm
but
just saying that for now it might be best to play this particular card close to our chest, as it were.
well, we can talk about it, but I'm uncomfortable with keeping this information from the people who may be being subjugated by a foreign power without their knowledge. Just so that Ven might be able to bribe or blackmail a few guards.
I'm only offering my suggestion. It's up to you. Even though I seem to be the only one here who cares about our standard of living.
You don't even eat or drink or anything. Why do you care?
I still have to be wherever you are, and I rather do not like the Kanken cart.
That's the only place that's available. Even if we had more money, there's no place else.
Well, maybe with more money we could get something for the room, help lighten it up. Get some more books or something.
Plenty of light gets in that hole in the roof.
And she just sort of gives a huff.
So, we go see Edu now, or are we gonna rest first?
Let's take the night and sleep on it. See if anything else comes to mind.
Well, perhaps we should also settle things up with Rye. Because,
What do you mean?
well, Rye was there when you read the note that you found from Kresh, yes? The one that suggested that about this other note, so chances are she might already know about. And I don't think it'd be very safe to sleep with an agent of Auric right there.
I mean, I don't know that she would reasonably have expected us to find Kresh's body, but I think it is wise that we keep an eye on.
All right. So are you heading back to the Pale Bosrog?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and as we go by the cart, Corbin will commune with Fenris just to make sure everything is okay.
Fenris is, as you approach, is rather excitable. And it actually looks like Fenris has been scuffed up a bit. It basically, it communicates with you telepathically
Be right back.
that a woman, a rather rude woman, came up and smacked him out of the way and grabbed some of the documents that were in your wagon.
Corbin will telepathically kind of, I don't know exactly if he can do this, but he'll kind of send the image of, he'll telepathically send the image of Rye and kind of ask, okay, is this the woman?
I'm not sure if you can do that exactly, but you can describe him. Basically, Fenris gives you an affirmation to that yeah, it was Rye who did this.
Okay.
Oh, and I left on the battle music. Derp. It's because after a while, for some reason, the music stops playing for me. I don't know why it does that.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Does it for me as well.
Oh, it does? Or if that ever happens, let me know and I'll restart the music, because I don't want us to be going for long periods without music. This is good music for skullduggery, though. Anyways, so you head back to the Kanken cart. Or maybe we should wait until Josiah gets back?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
I think I might actually have to call
I
it
can hear
when
you.
he does.
Alright, well, just one last thing before you settle down then, because you're about to go settle down for the night anyways, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you head back into the Pale Bosrog, and it's not as crowded as you would expect a tavern to be, or an inn to be at about 6:20 at night, but Stalaga sees you and says, "Ah, you three. That woman that you were with, the Urukite, she left something for you." And she produces this letter which has been sealed with wax, and overall looks incredibly officious.
Well, I would take it to, maybe a deserted corner or something so that we can't be overheard, but that I could still read it aloud so that Jomo can know.
Alright, and this is the letter. Written in a flowing script, this letter appears to be addressed to the group. Dear friends, I can only assume that, having found poor Kresh, who thankfully it was quite easy to convince to search the area that Thrycreen has been prowling, you know the purpose of my stay in Sada. Though I am loath to deprive you of my presence, I am afraid the time has come for me to depart. I must thank you, however, for finding Harmis's little hoard. No need to worry. I already went ahead and helped myself to the items I needed. Regardless, I wish to let you know I enjoyed your company and hope we can meet again under more auspicious circumstances. Your friend, R.
That'll kill her.
Yeah.
So, if you guys just want to order food and drinks or just use rations and get a room for the night, then we can end off the session. So do you want to just do that?
Yeah, I'll order food and drink from the inn and then head in.
All right.
Yeah, same here. How much is it going to
Yeah.
cost us for a room?
It depends. You want private or common room? Remember, here's the
Oh. Let's just get one private room and all of us share it, is my idea. So that we're together in case anything happens.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. So you order water and food and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let you make the payments from your own. You just buy what you want and remove the money from your accounts, as it were. And you're getting one private room and all staying in there.
Yeah.
Just gonna imagine you all three snuggled up in a little bed together. It's a cuddle party. Finally, Jen, we're getting a cuddle party.
Well, Jomo's happy to sleep on the floor with his bedroll.
Okay. Is music still playing for you guys? Because again, for me, I'm not getting any music.
No.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
out.
So it's still playing for you, Josiah?
Yes.
And
Okay.
me.
But not for you, Tim?
Not for me, no.
God damn it, I wish I knew why it was that it did. It does that, okay.
Oh, wait, my volume was way too low. It is actually still playing.
Okay, then it's just me that it stopped playing for. Weird. Alright, so you all enjoy your food and drink, but you rest and you go up to rest, but it's an uneasy sleep. For you know that you have just been played by an agent of Or and who apparently may still have plans for you. Or at the very least plans for another day.
Oh, I've got plans for her, too.
And you have not managed to solve the issue of the disappearing people in Sada as you fall asleep for the night following your battle. And that will be where we end off for the night. So,
I
Josiah?
paid 2 slate toward the room. You guys.
I can throw in 2 as well.
And then that'll require 1 more from you, Nox.
Okay.
So, also, it's probably not going to be relevant, but, like, as soon as we have an hour's worth of rest, I'll do Arcane Recovery, and I'll heal them both up, and then I'll do it again, like, before we actually go to bed, so that when we go to bed, everybody's, like, fully healed, just to make sure,
Okay.
in case we get attacked in the night.
alright, that's fine.
Okay, so we're done for tonight, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So, if you want to take us out, Josiah?
Okay. If you're watching on YouTube, this episode is now at an end. Thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Dungeons & Dragons. This is the Shattered Crown campaign with DM Scito. We'll see you next time.